how does a woman share somebody like their partner, like their husband or their boyfriend, and not feel anything like that? Because in a regular world, that
Yeah.
doesn't work.
So the way I would explain this really in this moment is when you have sex as a swinger in the sex positive lifestyle, you see the recreational nature of it. It is just as common for us to have a blowjob go on in the room as it is for someone to break out in a card game amongst other friends. It's just part of our culture. So, what I found to be really helpful with the jealousy and really the desensitization of jealousy, because it was there before, is the realization that in the swinger sex positive lifestyle, for the most part, it's a very ethically open community. So the people who are playing are under clear expectations of what's being offered. So for example, as a single woman unicorn in the lifestyle, I never once went out with a couple hoping to get one of them alone one day. Like, never. It was always because I wanted the two-person experience in addition to myself. So I think once you are in this lifestyle, once you see that people actually can handle sharing sexual partners a lot more freely than you would have imagined before, it becomes almost like an armor that melts off of you. And you don't need to be so possessive about where, what hole that your partner is allowed to put his D in or whatever. I mean, I've heard all the rules. I've been in the couple that wanted to create all sorts of safety net rules too. And it was because the sex was so sacred, we thought they'd like almost like tap into some, mystical land of Narnia if the wrong girl's hole was penetrated. Obviously, I am being a little sarcastic, but the jealousy is real. And the way that it became desensitized for me was just the more exposure to real people being able to handle sex and not get the crazy weird feelings. And it's not just I don't mean to dismiss feelings, but I'm saying in a swinger dynamic, I care more about friendship with those people, with those couples, than I ever would consider romantically pursuing one of them alone. So it's one of those things where it's a safer environment, I would say. There are some people in the lifestyle that are, you got to keep an eye on kind of thing, and that's fine. But I would say for the most part, the jealousy isn't there because the sex is in the open, the desires are in the open. There's nothing to be so closed up about. Having said that, there's still the couples that have their no kissing rules or no penetration rules or whatever, and if that's what they need, fine. But I personally play with couples that are very sexually free. And even though some of them only play together, like Mr. and Miss Jila Valentine, we always find ways to like be involved and like be,